Hey guys, welcome to today's video. So today I'm going to be showing you my everyday makeup routine. Now I have everything in my everyday makeup bag. A lot of these products do involve my Project Pan, the things that I'm using for Project Pan. If you didn't see that video, I'll be sure to link that down below. I hope you guys enjoy this video, and let's go ahead and jump into it. First thing that I start off with is some sort of moisturizer. Now I'm using the Vichy Aqualia Thermal. I'm just going to go ahead and put on this moisturizer. And by the way, it's super early in the morning. It's about like 6:30. So if I'm like, my voice is still really froggy and everything. I've been enjoying filming in the morning when I can. Especially with videos that I can just do my makeup or like wear tests. Those are some of my favorite videos to do. And honestly, I usually like to get up early in the morning for that. So it has a nice long day to like do its thing. So after moisturizer, I do like to go into brows. So I'm going to be using these two. Now, the brow mascaras always change. Lately, I've been on a big Anastasia Beverly Hills brow mascara kick. I've just been using that like the whole time. But I haven't touched these yet in my Project Pan, so I do want to use these. So this one is the Jordana Brow Mascara. They are unfortunately no longer in business, so I really did want to use this up because I can't even use this on camera. Since I used the Jordana one, I'm going to go into my e.l.f. Brow Mascara. I literally use it so much that all of the writing has came off of it. So I have the shade Neutral Brown, which I'm just going to go ahead and go into. And just kind of mix them together pretty much. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the face makeup. So for face makeup, I'm actually going to be going into powder foundation. So I have the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Powder Foundation. This one's a little too yellow or maybe even neutral. It just depends on the lighting, honestly. Because I was testing this one out, and this one worked as well. They both work for me. Because my skin's kind of neutral, leaning towards cool. I'm just going to be starting off with the shade Porcelain. So I've used this so much. I don't know if it's going to pick up on camera, but yeah. I've used it quite a bit that some of the printing has gone off. I'm just going to take it on the sponge applicator that it comes with. I find that I get the most coverage with that. I'm going to go ahead and avoid this dark area over there. Sometimes I like to go in with a color corrector before I do this, but I'm just not feeling it today, so I'm just going to go into this. I know this looks a little weird, and just trust the process. It's going to look a little weird, but this is what it looks like without any like under eye stuff. Then I'm going to be going into my Fresh Wear in the shade 5 Pearl, and I like to take that right directly underneath the eyes. So this shade is more of a pinky tone. I don't know if it picks up on camera. It just looks yellow on camera, but it's pretty it's on the cool side. But I like using this kind of like a color correcting powder. And I just go right underneath my eyes. Before, after, it's such a difference. But I've been enjoying how this works so much. I don't even go in with concealer. I actually decluttered quite a bit of concealer, actually. I think I kept maybe 2 concealers that I had. It's crazy how much this powder foundation can even cover the underneath of my eyes, because that was always my troubled area. With any single foundation, I always had to go in with some sort of color corrector or concealer, but this just looks good. I like how this looks. I feel fresh. Exactly what it says. But I was going to do wear test on this, but I realized that it was just so, how do I put this, by the time I got it, a lot of people have applied this on YouTube. If you do want to see a wear test on it, just a very quick video, please let me know down in the comments below, and I will be sure to do that for you. But I really do love how this looks. For contour, I'm going to be going into my Butter blush. I do have the shade Plum Rose. It's a very, very, very cool toned, like this looks more pink on camera than it does in person, but it's very, very cool toned, ashy kind of a shade that I think it doesn't work for me when this is not a blush for me, let's put it that way. This is a very cool toned grayish kind of blush. I don't know who this would work for. This to me is more of a contour shade. So that's what I'm going to be using it as. So I'm just taking like I think it's like an e.l.f. blush brush. I'm just going to be dipping into this. This is also really good for eyeshadow, by the way. For contour, I haven't been going in my cheekbone, like right in that divot. I've been doing it above it. So right on top of the cheekbone, like kind of right in here. And just being kind of just be kind of going like that. And then kind of like gently going into it, but not really. I like to take the contour. I like to go right on the bridge over there. I don't know what that little area is called, but I do like to just kind of add. I wouldn't even say it's contouring. I'm just adding like a little bit of something right over there. Just kind of define it more than anything else. So I'm going to be going into bronzer. So I have the Milani Sun Kiss bronzer in the shade Sunlight 01. So I'm just going to go ahead and just dip into that with like some Wet n Wild brush that was limited edition. I'm going to go over my nose area and just kind of bring it out like that. Some bronzer on the forehead. I'm just going to start over here. Just work my way up into the hairline. And then go on the middle like that. Blush, I'm going to be using the LA Colors Red Rouge blush. I do have the shade Awesome. This is from my Project Pan. So I'm just going to go ahead and dip into this blush. But yes, this one is from my Project Pan. I've been missing this blush, and I know this is the one that I have the closest pan on. That's why I chose it. Take the blush on the forehead too, just very, very lightly. I like to add it. It just gives a little bit more color. And I like to kind of almost go on top of my eyebrow to kind of get really close to the eyebrow as possible. Then I do the other side. I like to go really close to the hairline as well. And then go on the other side right there. And then I like to add a little bit of blush right onto the bridge of my nose. Now I know this isn't part of my Project Pan, but I have been really in love with the Essence Pure Nude highlighter in the shade Be My Highlight. I've been using this so much. It's such a pretty highlight. It does look really dark on the hand, but on the face, on top of blush, it just looks so beautiful. So I'm just taking like a eyeshadow brush. I'm just kind of swirling it in there. You can see a lot comes off and it looks really, really dark, but I promise it looks so good. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply it. It just looks so lit from within. I just kind of go in circular motions back and forth. It just looks so beautiful. Like you can see this side from this side, it's a night and day difference. It just looks gorgeous. I just love how this highlight's looking, and it just looks so natural. The nose right there, and that's what that looks like. I think it looks so beautiful. I really do love this highlight. I cannot believe that I've been sleeping on this so long, but anyways, yes, I do love this highlight. I've been using it non-stop, and stay tuned for a full face of Essence makeup. I do plan on filming something like that as well in the near future. After I do all of that, I like to set my face, and I'm just going to be using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Matte Finish, and I'm just going to set my face. For eye makeup, I'm going to be going into both my Naked 2 and my Naked Basics 2. These are both in my Project Pan. So, to begin with, I'm going to be starting off with my e.l.f. Eyelid Shadow Lock Primer. I have the shade Champagne. Now, they don't sell this anymore. They discontinued this quite a long time ago, but I had one lying around unopened, so I decided to open it up. And I love using this for really nice and natural days because it's shimmery and it has a beautiful taupey color. I wouldn't even say it's champagne, but it has a beautiful taupey color. But I love priming with this whenever I do some sort of neutral look. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go into this. And if this was duping something, I would love to know what it was duping, because I'd love to buy what it was duping so I could use it. From my Naked Basics 2, I'm going to be going into the shade Stark, which is that one right there. I'm just going to be going into the crease with that. A little bit more on the neutral side, but I'm just going to go into the crease really lightly with that. Then I'm going to be popping into my Naked 2 palette, and I'm just going to be going into Tease, which is the matte color in there. I'm just going to lightly just kind of put that into my crease. In my Ulta, I don't know if it's anywhere else, my Ulta doesn't even have the Naked 2 there anymore in like the displays where it has like the Naked Reloaded, the Naked Cherry, and the Naked Honey. It does not have this palette. I'm just like, oh my gosh. I feel like we're gonna come to a day where this is gonna be discontinued and they're gonna bring it back some other thing in its place that I might not even want. I'm gonna go ahead and take Suspect and put that all over my lid. Now the eye looks definitely change day to day just because of, you know, just what I feel like wearing. But these are majority of the products like that I use. So the eye look changes, but the stuff that I use stays the same, if that makes any sense. So I'm just going to tap that all over the lid. Kind of bring that up into the crease, just kind of, you know, just kind of throw it on there. So one of the things that I really like to do, that I just recently started doing, is I like to take my foundation powder, and I do have this, I'm using the shade, the lightest shade, which is 5 Pearl. I'm going to be taking this kind of like, whatever kind of brush this is. It's the other end of the ABH brush. I'm just going to take that and put it on there. And I'm just going to go underneath the brow. Almost like I'm kind of cleaning it up. Mascara. So I have the Snapscara from Maybelline that I'm going to go into, and I have the shade Black Cherry. I've been enjoying using colors other than black. I find that with this kind of color, it's like a subtle way to use, it's just a subtle kind of color. It doesn't even look like it's Black Cherry. Honestly, it doesn't even look like, it just looks black. But I think it adds just a little bit of something, especially if you have hazel eyes like I do, or if you have green eyes. It's not as harsh as black. I've been honestly in love with using this mascara. Then I'm going to be going into this Jordana Triple Play all over color. I have the shade Fresh Plum. This can be used as eyeshadow, as blush obviously, and as lip color. So I love using this as lip color. So I'm just going to be kind of tapping that on. I don't like to do too much because I'm usually drinking something. I don't want it all over like the mug. Sometimes I don't even go in with like any sort of like makeup, like lip color. I just kind of leave it bare. And I just really love how this looks. I love the color. It's so pretty, and it's so sad that Jordana is going out of business, because I'm going to need to find where I can buy this specific one, because I love this. I love this as a nice super natural kind of lip color. So that is it with the video. This is my everyday makeup tutorial. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Be sure to subscribe and hit that bell notification down below. I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.